I hope everyone is doing alright doing their work at home. I just wanted to review some area and perimeter with you guys, just in case. So I'll start all the way back at the beginning, just in case you kind of forget how to do this. So I'm going to start with this multiplication problem, 3 times 4. Now if I were to make an array for this, I look at my first number, and that tells me how many rows there's going to be. So there's 3. And then our second number tells us how many in each row there are. So there's 4. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this array gives us the answer to 3 times 4. If I were to count all these up, I would get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we learned how to solve multiplication with arrays. What we do with arrays is very similar to what we do when finding the area of a square or rectangle. So if we had this rectangle, and we'll say it's 5 long and maybe 2 tall. This is just like an array. So we had this, it told us there was 3 down, so look right here, there would be 2 if I were to draw it in, and 4 across, so there would be 5 across right there. If I want to find the area, which is the space inside of a thing, inside of a rectangle or square, you just multiply your length and your width, because it's just like there's an array on the inside. So I would do 5 times 2 equals 10. And because I don't know my units, I don't know if it's feet or centimeters or inches, I'm just going to put a U for units, and then our little 2 we talked about, that means squared. That's how you find the area. Now when you have a weird shape, like, we'll do an L. If I had this kind of shape, I can't really do exactly what I just did, because this isn't a square or rectangle. So we'll say that this is 5, and 5, and 2, 3. Because this isn't a full rectangle, I can't just take how tall it is, which would be 5, and how wide it is, 5, because there's a big chunk right here that's missing. So what you do, hold on, let me get a new pen out. We're going to cut it. And it's just like if I were to take this array and just draw a line right there. I didn't take anything away and I didn't add anything to it. I just split it up to make it a little easier to work with. So I can split this up into squares or rectangles to make it easier to work with. Let's say I drew a line right here. I didn't change the shape at all. I'm just cutting it in half to work with one piece, and then I'll work with the other one and then put it back together. So it's not like I took anything away. Now if we did this rectangle right here, from here to here is 5, so that would be 5 times, and then from here to here, right here it tells us it's 2. So this rectangle would be 10, because 5 times 2 is 10. Now this rectangle is a little tricky, because we see this 5 right here, but this 5 is for this whole line, and we cut it right there. So from here to here is 5, but because we drew a line right here, there's a piece of it missing. So we knew that this little piece was 2. So if we have this whole one that's 5, and we lost 2 for this rectangle right here, that means there's 3 left for this side. So instead of 5, it's actually a 3. So this one is 3 wide and 2 tall, because right here it tells us that it's 2 tall. And 3 times 2 is 6. So this area is 6. Now to find the area of the whole thing, I'm going to take my area of this rectangle and the area of this rectangle. and I'm just going to add them up. 10 plus 6. 0 plus 6, 6, and then 1 plus nothing is 1. So my area is 16, and I don't know my units, so it would be units squared. Or you can do 16, we practice this too, SQ for square, and then units. If this said FT after it, then I'd put square feet. If it said IN, I'd put square inches. It just depends on what they tell you for the problem. Okay, so that's a little review on area. And remember, area is inside. It's the inside part of the shape. It's kind of like a rug in a room. Now, if I were to practice perimeter, I'm going to do the same rectangle from up here. Perimeter is kind of like a fence. And that's the part that goes all the way around a shape. So I'm not looking at what's inside anymore. So I'm not going to multiply because it's not an array. I don't want to know what's on the inside with perimeter. For perimeter, we're going to add. And to do that, you have to look at how many sides a shape has. So this rectangle has 4 sides. So I need to add up 4 numbers. If it helps you, you can put 4 spaces too. So you know that you need to fill in 4 numbers, or else you haven't used all your numbers yet. Now I know right here, all the way across is 5, and all the way down is 2. So I have 2 of my numbers so far. Because to find perimeter, we're going to add up every single side. So if this top piece is 5, that means this bottom piece is also 5. Because if you put a fence around your yard, you're not going to just do half of it like this. We're going to go all the way around. So 5, 2, this one will be 5, which means this one will be 2 because they're the same size. Do you see that? So I have 1 5 and I have a 2, and I'm going to add my other 5 and my other 2. So if I do 5 plus 2 plus 5 plus 2, I'm going to get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So my perimeter would be 14. And we don't need to put this square or the little 2 because we're going around it. It's not like little squares on the inside like an array. It's just going around. So we'll just have 14 units because I didn't draw a unit on here, so we don't know what it is. If I said it was inches, like this, then we would have 14 inches as the answer, and that's it. If we were to find the perimeter of this, we'll bring back our funky L shape. Draw all the numbers in. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. So I'm going to mark that I need to put 6 numbers down just so I don't forget. I'm going to start all the way up here and just work my way around. So this one's 2, and we have 5, 5, 2, 3, 3. All right, that is a lot to add up. So you can make it easier by kind of breaking it down. Like, I'm going to do this part first. 2 plus 5 is 7. Now let's add these ones. 5 plus 2, that's 7. Now 3 plus 3 is 6. Now we're going to add those together, so it's a little less to work with. 7 plus 7 is 14, plus 6 is 20. So my area is 20 units again because I didn't draw a unit on. So I hope this helps you. If you have any questions, please let me know and I'll try to help you. But I think you guys got this. Remember, area is inside, perimeter is outside. With area we multiply, and with perimeter we add. So just let me know if you guys need any extra help with this, but I believe in you guys.